Hey everyone, Phil Stevenson, Mortgage Nerd, talking to veterans again. Here's some education about different VA programs. When you go to buy a home, it's a VA purchase. You could put 0% down. You could even get the seller to pay all your closing costs. I've closed loans like that. It's pretty crazy, pretty awesome. Those rates are down in the twos, like a 2.375 that I just closed, and also have a 2.436 APR on that rate. So your purchasing power at that rate is huge. Rates were in the fours just a couple years ago. So half the rate, half the interest you'll pay. That's on a VA purchase. There's two other types of VAs. One is a VA cash out. If you already own a house and you want to cash some money out, you do a VA cash out. Right now, cash out is kind of a bad word with COVID-19. It's not as bad as it was in March and April. They're softening up the guidelines, but your interest rate on a cash out is much higher than it is on the purchase or on the other type of refinance. So anytime you refinance any mortgage, you have cash out and you have rate and term, meaning you're just changing the rate and you're changing the term, therefore you are not cashing out. Well, that in VA language, you know how we are with nomenclatures in the military. Come on, there's a ton. By the way, OEF, OIF, alumni, yes, Afghanistan 2002, Iraq 03 to 04. The VA, instead of just calling it a rate and term refinance, says let's give it a name that's IRRL, IRRRL. That's 3 R's. Interest rate reduction refinancing loan. God, freaking military, right? Anyway, the IRRL is amazing because the same rate I talked about on the purchase, you could get that on the IRRL. Now, sometimes you get a lower rate on the IRRL because it's a much easier process. On a purchase, I mean, you've got a lot going on. You've got to get new insurance. You've got to get inspections and appraisal, and we've got to look at all your income and your employment and your down payment if you have some, and blah, blah, blah. On the IRRL, the rate and term refinance, all we're doing is lowering your rate. There's no appraisal needed. There's no income verification. We do look at credit score, but we don't care about your trade lines, meaning we don't care about your student loans or your credit cards. We care about your mortgage payments. We want to make sure you've made your mortgage payments on time. That is important. We also care about the credit score. Typically the 680 and above, you get the best rate. So it doesn't matter if you're a 680 or an 800, you're going to get the best rate. If you're in the 660s, we might be able to do some things and get you over 680 for the process of closing. On the IRRL, we also don't need to look at employment. So it's very streamlined. It's very simple. You can close in 1 or 2 weeks on that IRRL if you already have a property. So remember, on the purchase and the IRRL, rates are pretty much the same, down to 2.375 with a 2.436 APR. And a 2.25 rate also is available, and that would probably be the same APR at 2.436 because you're just adding points to pay down that rate a little bit. Now, some of you with worse credit, to get those rates, you're gonna have some points added on. You're gonna have a little bit of a higher APR, which is your annual percentage rate, and that's a different conversation. Look at all my old videos and you'll find me describing what an APR is. So those are the different types of VA mortgages out there. One vet to another. I'd be happy to help you, especially if you're looking to purchase a home. Purchasing power now is amazing. Get off the couch, millennials. Come show me how much money you make, and let's get you into a condo or a townhouse or a single family home. I can't tell you how many times I have clients that 20, 30 years into their careers as homeowners have multiple properties paid off, paying them because they start out just like this with a crazy low rate. I've seen a lot of veterans like that. I'd be happy to educate you. I've done it myself. Phil Stevenson, Mortgage Nerd, one vet to another. Thanks.